Hello friends. So in the last video we explained about how to install Elasticsearch and how to make it run. So in this video I was thinking that I will explain you about Kibana setup. So Kibana basically fetches details from the Elasticsearch DB and shows it into a cool charts graphs in any way you want. Let's see how we can install Kibana and make it run. So if you're following my tutorial, then in the first video you have seen that I have installed Elasticsearch inside the Kibana, inside the packages folder. So what I'm going to do is that I will make Elasticsearch start. So the command will be okay. I'm not using sudo. Let's start with dot slash and then Elasticsearch. I'm going to use the same terminal, so I'm putting ampersand so that once it's started I can continue with my Kibana installation and running. Let me see. Yeah, so Elasticsearch is up. Now we will go to the Kibana installation and it is as same as Elasticsearch, nothing complex. So just before that I would like to explain you about how Kibana Elasticsearch Logstash comes in the ELK stack. So I have explained once in the last video, but I got some input saying that the audio was not that great. So I thought I will explain you the ELK stack in a little more pictorial way. So this is the website, official website of ELK stack, and you can see here there is a diagram and this very well explains it. So basically, suppose you have a Jenkins where a logs are getting created, or you have a server where the access log is getting created, or you have some other scheduled job where the logs will be created, or you have a test case execution daily schedule where there will be n number of logs created daily. And what you want to do is that you want to have a reporting setup where it fetches the details from the logs and show it in the reporting via charts, graphs and all. So the whole process is done via ELK Stack. And why ELK Stack is so famous is like before ELK Stack there was like Oracle DB, the relational database management system, Oracle DB, MS SQL, MySQL DB. So that was used for this purpose. Instead of taking the logs, we will have insert commands and which will execute as part of our test case. Suppose you want to pass out the test case details into the reporting UI. Then what happens when the test case executes? As part of the test case execution, you will be having some commands which inserts the data into relational DB, and from the relational DB means Oracle or MS SQL, MySQL, in any kind of relational DB management system, you will fetch the data and you will showcase it into a UI. There are other tools which talks with RDBMS. Even Kibana also talks. So that was the old setup. What happens was like that RDBMS was not performing really great when it comes to search and fetching informations from 1 million records and all. So that's why when this big data and all came, we are not going with RDBMS concept, so we are going to a NoSQL concept and all. So then this Elasticsearch concept came where it is so fast when it comes to fetch details from 1 million records and to show it into a UI. That's how the setup works, and the setup is like I can explain, like, see, there are n number of ways. One is logstash way, one is beats way, and another way is like directly pushing into details into Elasticsearch DB via JSON way. So what beats does, what logstash does is as same as what I was saying about the insert command in the olden days. It fetches informations from these logs, so you have to configure logstash or beats such a way that the logs which is created in your server in a particular folder, it will be pushed to Elasticsearch DB via beats or via logstash, and Elasticsearch DB is accessed by Kibana. So Kibana accesses the data from Elasticsearch DB and you can configure different dashboards, different charts, graphs on the dashboards. So that's how the whole setup, and the whole setup is called ELK Stack. E stands for Elasticsearch, L for Logstash, K for Kibana. And why the beach is not that there in the name? Yeah, that's nothing. Though initially it was like ELK, Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana. Beach was a new addition later. Yeah, that's why when they were having a naming ceremony, beach was not in the picture. Let's go to the Kibana download. Can't get a link, so I will go very easily. I will just say Kibana. Now Kibana, here it is. So I want download Kibana. As I told in Elasticsearch, I am not going to explain you about how to download and then double click install Kibana, because that's not gonna work when you are in a Linux server or anything, because there is no luxury of UI as I told in Elasticsearch. So I'm going to explain you the terminal way, which is the hardest way and which is the usual way, where you are in a server and you have to access this Kibana binary package from this server and install it and make it run. So let's go into repositories and guide and install Kibana from archive. And if you see, there is a Linux commands as well as there is a Mac commands. The thing is like it's not so different from Linux. So I'm using Mac, so I'll be following this. The commands are exactly same. Only thing is that the packages will be a little bit different specific to Linux. So you can follow these commands if you're using a Linux server. If you're using a Mac system, you can follow these commands. But the curl, all those things, commands will be exactly same. Only the packages name will be different. When I was going for Elasticsearch, if you remember, it was wget, and then I used curl minus o. It's good that they are using curl minus o here. Yeah. So let's use. It's very easy for us now. Just clear. It's downloading from the website. Meanwhile, I will copy the next command. So if you see the checksum, so this is the output of this command shasm. The package which I have downloaded from their server to my local machine, is it the same? Did any hacker intruded in the download process and they modified the binary package? Just to avoid that, just to make sure that it has not happened, after downloading I will take a checksum value of the local package and I will compare with the checksum value of the server package. So if it's the same, yeah, then it's the same stuff which they have sent, I have received. So I've got a confirmation like okay, so that's a thumbs up to go ahead. Okay, so now it looks like I have unzipped it. Yeah, I have got Kibana 7.6 version. There is a catch here. If you see mine is 7.6.2 and this is 7.6.1, so this is a minor version change, so it's okay, fine. But you should never ever install Elasticsearch and Kibana with a major version change, like it is 7.6 and this is like a 8 version or 6 version. No, that's not going to be compatible. So ELK always goes with same version. So if Elasticsearch is 7.6, then Kibana also has 7.6, Logstash also 7.6. That's a basic thumb rule you have to set. Okay, so now let's start Kibana. Suppose Elasticsearch is installed in a different server and Kibana is in a different server, and then the Kibana has to access the different Elasticsearch URL, not the local host 9200, the default one. Then how you have to configure the Kibana? It's very simple. Before you run, suppose let's say that you have not run this, you have downloaded the Kibana, you have to just go to the config file and you have a kibana.yaml file. I'm opening kibana.yaml file. If you see here, there is elasticsearch.host, and if you see, it's all commented lines. So the thing is like it's a localhost 9200 instance 4. So I commented, so that means it is going to take a default value which is this, And if you have a different URL, you have to uncomment this and then just show you, uncomment this and put the actual URL which you have and the port number including. So that's how it works. It's way simpler. So once you do this, make sure that you save this file and then you run it as I shown earlier, this command. So then it automatically reads the kibana.yaml file and it will understand from where it has to read the Elasticsearch DB. The Kibana, let's see whether it has been up. Oh, it is up. So now this is the most interesting part. Once this setup is there, the charge UIs, it's a very big topic and I will have a separate video on that because it's so interesting. It has got n number of ways to do n number of charts, which chart to use for what requirement and how to visualize in an impressive manner. That depends fully on your creativity, imagination, the knowledge on Kibana. As a heads up, I can use a sample data. If I put explore on my own, there will not be any kind of, it will be a very empty Kibana. But for now, I can use sample data. So what it does is that Kibana has got default few sample data, which will be in the Elasticsearch DB and it will try to project in the Kibana dashboard. So you can get the look and feel. See, there is a sample data regarding sample e-commerce orders, there is a sample data regarding flight data, and there's a sample data with web logs. Let's see for the web logs, and I will also add e-commerce also. Okay, both have been installed. Now this is the simple. So this is the part. So for initially you will not be so familiar with the icon, so I would recommend you can go with this non-collapsed way so that it will be easy for you to read and understand. So the discover, so here is the part where you will have two DBs, means two index, so two index patterns. I will explain all these things in a separate video, but for the visualization part I can show you, tell you now what's going to happen. So I'm taking e-commerce data. I'm seeing last 15 days ago till now the data. There are around 2225 records, and I will go to a dashboard so that I can see some, yeah, e-commerce revenue dashboard. So this is the dashboard which they have created for sample purpose. So see how cool it is. So this is like a different, so there is a, this color goes for the men's clothing, how much the quantity it has been sold across the time, and then regarding the shoes, so this is what. And now the interesting part is that you can narrow down your search. I will show you, so better I will show you in another dashboard, that is a web traffic dashboard. So this dashboard projects the web logs, the traffic across the time, which is hitting into your server from different parts of the world, from different servers and different clients. So this is how it is gonna be. So you can see as per the world map how it's gonna, where from where all the requests are coming, how many requests are coming. This is super cool if you see. So these are kind of Sankey charts. These are super complicated charts, but for the super complicated requirements, and it's very helpful if you know how it's projecting the data and what all analysis you can do on this. And this is a heat map. So there's n number of different very professional charts, and the look is also so cool. And as what I was saying is like the narrowing down. So let's see, I want to take the whole data to 1st of April to 3rd of April. Then what I can just do is that I can just select this part, and now what's happening is that entire dashboard, the timeline is gonna change. If you see, the entire dashboard timeline has changed actually. So this is like, yeah, it's selected from 31st to 3rd. Here also 31st it started, even the date here also it's going to change, here also it's going to change, everywhere. So because the basically this time has changed, the entire dashboard time has changed. So that's how you can narrow down. So if you see, suppose there is a dip here in the response code yeah log. Then I want to analyze this, then I will just select this and I can do more analysis based on the other charts and I can narrow down the issue. That's it for today. More explanation on the different types of charts and how to set up a cool chart and a dashboard in Kibana. That will be in an upcoming video. Thank you guys.